This video is going to be about a simple adjustment that made waking up early, 4:44 in the morning, so easy. That, and we'll talk a little bit about creativity. Day 2 of getting up at 4:44 consecutively. I've done this in the past, I've tried this in the past, but this time it's just a little bit different. Because actually I set up the day before for the wake up of the day of. Does that make sense? The only thing different that I did this time, which is giving me like dope results, was that I'm setting up the day before. What can I do to finish my day earlier? And not so much, God, gotta go to bed earlier. There's no sense in me going to bed early with all kinds of stress and anxiety that I didn't finish what I needed to finish, or I didn't do my evening routine, or I was robbing myself from my evening routine. It could be seen as robbing myself or sacrificing. But some things is like, well, you're not gonna sacrifice a shower. Like, you can't. It's actually inconvenient to take a shower, but it's also a blessing. So you have to like, is it a sacrifice, or is you cutting corners and just regressing? So there was this sense of, I gotta set up the landing of today so I can have a good takeoff tomorrow. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And that's the only thing that I did different, was I rearranged the landing of today so I could have a better takeoff tomorrow. And I've been having 2 days of consecutive, like, beautiful, flawless takeoffs in the morning, up by 4:44, out the door exactly the time that I need to go out, like workout in, dialed in, a few wins under my belt already, starting off by waking up at 4:44, getting my day started. I don't want to say on time, because I usually start on time, but doing the wake up part at an uncomfortable time, which that's where I was at. I wasn't even supposed to make a video today about this. This is just, let me fire this up, because I do want to talk about something else. But that's enough of this, because this sun is beating me up right here. The thing I wanted to talk about was exactly kind of the situation I'm in right now. I'm posted up on a tree. My tripod is a tree. Not the tree you see in the background, but a very similar type tree that's on the other side of this. I'll show you in a second. But I was kind of coming to a point where it's like, I love delivering the message that I'm delivering, which is everything that I'm applying to becoming the version of me that I would respect and admire, living on purpose. Now, I found myself doing all, if not most, or most, if not all, of my videos posted up in my car driving. Not that there's anything wrong with that. The idea is to put the message out. But one of my cores inside, what I feel, is I love creativity. Anybody who's known me for a while knows that I like to customize stuff. I like to make things. I like to be creative. I like to make things different than what they originally are, or use things for something that they're originally not intended for. And it just makes it fun and neat, kind of like this tree that I'm using for a tripod in this neighborhood that I've never been to, with the lady and her dog down the way looking at me saying, why is this guy talking to a tree? He must be losing it. And that's okay. That inside gives me a little bit of excitement. So the goal here going forward is to be able to share my experiences in hopes that they help somebody out there get inspired and try them to become better, and also sprinkle them with as much creativity as I can so I can have that outlet. The fact that the lady has a corgi and the corgi is staring at me just made this 10 times more funny. And be able to sprinkle it with creativity to get that out and be able to express myself using one of the pre-programmed factory settings that I have inside, which is creativity. Now, to show you the tree that I was using as a tripod, I had my phone right there. Let's go. So about the car videos, it's not like they're gonna stop. I mean, I get my best ideas in here. They're not so much ideas, it's these realizations that I get while I'm driving. I do somewhat a lot of driving throughout the day, but I know that most of that time I am by myself. And it's quiet time. I don't always have something going on the screen or on the radio or whatever. It's a lot of quiet time. And during this quiet time, this alone time, I reflect a lot. I think about stuff that I'm working on, or I'm gonna do, or I've done, or simply just get in thankful mode. And I have these aha moments, these realizations of, oh my gosh, this has happened because this has happened. Or this has stopped happening because I stopped doing this. They're just these real clear as day understandings that I have to share in hopes that it'll help somebody, you out there, understand what I've understood. Make your journey a little smoother, a little faster, a little better. Give you faith that as difficult as it seems, you can overcome that maybe similar thing that you're going through, that I went through, that things can change, that things can get better, especially if you're visualizing them better. They're supposed to be better if you think that they're better. If you believe that they're better, it's because they can be better, and you have the capability of making it better. Just like that one right there. That just came out right now because, yeah, you share this right now. So I did. Here we are. And we're in the car. So the car videos aren't going to stop. But I am going to try to give them a little kapow. So they're not just car videos. But I can't wait. That's one thing too. I can't oh, great idea. I'll wait for it. And then when I get to a cool spot, then I'll record it. It just won't come out the same. I've tried it, believe me. Back to waking up early. Getting up at 4:44, and the time doesn't really matter. It's just an uncomfortable time. I like sequential numbers. I chose that time. But to make that easier, really, the adjustment was the day before. Making sure that all the things that I needed to get done still got done. But I just slotted them a little bit earlier. Now you would think, well, what if I can't? Because I get home at this time, it's impossible. Well, that's where you got to use creativity and start removing things, sacrificing things. Like I like taking a shower before I have dinner. But the sacrifice was I'm going to have dinner before I take a shower because I want to get that done. The workout had to be different. It had to be a little earlier. I like to do it a little later. Now, in this case, maybe I can't take my second bump of pre-workout. These are sacrifices. These are sacrifices that I made in order to kind of cut out different segments that were kind of downtime of my evening, scooted everything over that needed to get done, so it still got done. So I didn't go to bed early because I had to get up early and stress out about, but I didn't get to do all the things that I like to do. My evening process, my nighttime process or whatever. All those things still got done in a bit of a sacrificing kind of way, but that's where the reward is. I mean, that's why we diet. That's why we exercise. That's why we're getting up early. But in order to make it work, for me, it was difficult till I made that adjustment. The adjustment was on the setup. Not so much just the doing, it's the setting up. Just real quick, wasn't thinking about adding this, but just got the idea of kind of like dieting. If you have horrible food in the cupboards in the refrigerator, it's going to make it real difficult for you to stick to a nutritious diet. But if you plan out your meals and know what you're going to eat, and that's the kind of stuff you source and have in your cupboards and your refrigerator, you're setting yourself up to be able to stick to your numbers. That's basically what I did with the waking up early. I still got to do everything that I needed to do, sacrificed a few of the kick it times, of the down times, of the order of events that I like to do, made it a little uncomfortable for me, changed things around, but I still got to get everything done, which allowed me to kick it in the evening, which actually ended up being a plus because it's a nice little chill fade out to going to bed, to being able to effortlessly, well, it's a little bit of effort. It is rub my face a little bit and do one of these, to get up in the morning and get the day started early. Exercise, diet, uncomfortable wake up time. That's going to do it for this one. If you're an early bird, if it's easy for you to wake up at an uncomfortable time, not the time that you have to, but the time that you choose to, leave a comment in the comment section. If you struggle to get up like I used to, leave a comment. Or if you have a question on how I did it, or like just something that you can't figure out, leave the question also in the comment section. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Give it one of these. And if you haven't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe. Would love to see you here.